Good afternoon and welcome to today's session. So today is the last session that we are doing for Infosys placements. So these drives are going on in two different locations starting tomorrow, 18th and 19th at KLU and 20th and 21st in Aditya College in Kakinada. I hope you have all the details. I seriously assume and hope that you have filled in the documents, the average scores, you have all the relevant documents, the pictures. I had showed you earlier what all information is needed. I'll show that again towards the end of this session today. So in this slot, I had been covering training for verbal ability. I started with passage comprehension, then theme detection, sentence correction and spotting errors. And today is the last day. I'm going to take you through the essentials of a successful interview. Now, when you go for an interview, there will be hundreds of people who will go for the interview. You reach that stage once you have cleared the written assessment, which means you are really good. Now it's up to your personal performance, how you speak to the interviewer. So the question is, what makes you different from others? There will be so many candidates who's going to go and speak, but what makes you different? So the expectations that you should have from this particular session is to understand what do you mean by interview, why is it important? The importance of appearance, I will talk about the appearance, which is your dress code. I will talk about body language and the do's and don'ts. All right. So interview basically means interaction, where there is an interaction between the candidate and one interviewer, or it could be more than one interviewer. It doesn't really matter, but it's going to be more or less interaction. So when you interact, the responses have got nothing to do with if it's right or wrong. They only want to know about your perspective, about your point of view. Now please understand, there are some questions, for example, if it's a technical round, when they ask a question, there is one correct answer and infinite possibilities of incorrect answers. But when in an HR round, when in a personal interview round, when they ask questions like, who is your idol? Who is your inspiration? What does hard work mean to you? Why is it important to have education? Now there is no right answer or wrong answer. They are only trying to find out what is your perspective, what is your viewpoint, and how effective you are putting forward your point of view to the panel. Now this is where the trick is, because you have to be an effective communicator. You have to sound very confident. It's okay if you sound little nervous, because when you are nervous, you will not get overconfident. So that's the essence of nervousness. But if you get way too nervous, if you get way too conscious about yourself, you will end up making mistakes. So whatever answers you know, you should certainly give an answer and respond to it. But if you do not know an answer for a question, you can simply say, I'm sorry, I don't know the answer. It's absolutely fine to say that. But please do not give a wrong information. Please do not lie in an interview. All right. Now, before we go forward, I want to talk about the dress code aspect. For women, it's absolutely fine if you are comfortable. Please remember, if you are comfortable wearing formals, these are business formals. If you're comfortable wearing these kind of dresses, please wear. Otherwise, don't wear. Business formals is blazers, trousers, or blazer with knee-length skirt. But if you're not comfortable, you can go ahead with traditional dresses, the chudidar. You can even wear a sari if you're comfortable. But please make sure you're absolutely comfortable wearing what you are. Okay. So keep it very simple, keep it very elegant, like it's shown in the slide here. Do not try to wear something which looks like a wedding dress. So these kind of grand dresses is something which is not appreciated. There's nothing wrong, it's just that you will be uncomfortable and it's really heavy. So try not to wear a heavy dress like this. Keep it formal, keep it simple and elegant, and wear something like these. All right. Now what kind of footwear you should wear? If you are comfortable with heels, this is for women. If you are comfortable with heels, or if you are comfortable with flats, wear something which is simple, elegant and classic. Don't wear something which is very, very flashy. Do not wear anything which is very casual. Any kind of bathroom slippers or sneakers is not allowed. Flip-flops are not allowed. this does not create a good impression. So please wear something which is more formal like these, all right. And your footwear has to be absolutely comfortable, because if you cannot walk properly, you will not be able to focus. So please do avoid these kind of footwear. Now coming to men, please be dressed in formals. It's very, very important that you should be in formals for your interview. As a matter of fact, yesterday there was a candidate who came to my office. We have a position open for a finance executive, and he was dressed in shirt tucked out. It was not tucked in. It was not in shirt. The shirt was tucked out, and he was wearing jeans and slippers. I did not even take his resume. I rejected him the moment I saw him. So when I saw him, he said, I've come here for interview. I said, please go home, dress well and come back. I'm not going to conduct this interview. Some companies are okay to conduct an interview because they feel that it's okay. Some people may not know what the actual dress code is. But if you turn up for an interview dressed like this, what you see in the picture here, it creates a very good impression. Please understand something before they start asking questions and understand how good you are in terms of your subject and domain. First, they will look at you and they will create an opinion in the mind. It always happens. If you go to a doctor and the doctor is wearing a t-shirt and a half pant and sitting drinking coconut water, you will not feel that he is a doctor. So the doctor has to always dress very professionally. Same thing happens here. You are going for an interview which is going to give you an employment, but more than that, it's going to give you the platform to build your career. If you do not show seriousness in terms of what you are wearing and your appearance, there is a serious doubt and question about your commitment to your job and to your profession. If you are comfortable wearing a tie like this, please wear it. Can I have the slide? If you're not comfortable wearing tie, it's perfectly fine. But please ensure the belt, it should be leather belt and it should match the color of the shoes. Here the color of the shoes is black, that's why the belt should be black. If you are wearing a brown leather shoe, the belt should be brown as well. Please do not wear these kind of shirts, the big check shirts or these Chinese collar shirts, the shirt which is tucked out. Here you see the shirt is tucked out. Here the shirt is tucked in. This is in shirt and this is tucked out. Tucked out shirts are not allowed. These kind of casual shirts are very, very bad and it does not create a good impression. Alright, so please avoid these kind of dresses. When it comes to shoes, it's perfectly fine if you want to wear a brown shoe or a black shoe. I would personally suggest you to wear shoes with laces. Slip-ons are fine, but slip-ons are also a sign of laziness, that the person doesn't want to bend down for 10 seconds to tie the laces. These kind of shoes are very, very formal and it's really preferred. Please ensure your shoes are not dusty. Please polish it. It has to look neat and clean and shiny. But please do not wear party wear shoes like these, or these kind of casual shoes or party wear shoes, or these kind of sneakers and casual shoes. These are strictly not allowed. Okay, so please ensure you wear formal shoes like this. And remember, if the color of the shoe is black, the color of the belt has to be black. And you have to wear socks. The sock should match the color of the trouser or the color of the shoes. For example, in this case, the color of the trouser is grey. So you can either wear a grey socks or a black socks because it's a black shoe. Clear? Now coming to belt, please do not wear these kind of belts. The first one that you see is very formal leather belt. This is really good. This is appreciated. But these kind of belts are not allowed. These are casual belts. You usually wear these with denim or jeans. So please do not wear these kind of belts. Coming to watch, these are important accessories both for men and women. If you like to wear a watch, please it's okay to wear a watch with leather strap or with a metal strap like the one which I am wearing right now. So this is metal. Do you see this? This is all metal. So I cannot be wearing a casual watch with my formal attire. Any casual watch which looks like this, please do not wear these kind of watches. These are not formal at all. These are formal, ladies and gents, but remember, if you are wearing a leather strap watch, if your shoes are black, your belt should be black and the leather strap should be black. If your shoes are brown, the leather strap should be brown, your belt should also be, your waist belt should also be brown. So it should all be nicely color coordinated. All right. Now, pen is an important accessory. It's okay to have a pen tucked in your shirt pocket somewhere here where the clip of the pen looks little visible. A pen like this, what you see on the slide, this is perfectly fine, but please do not carry a pen like these. You may carry to write something in the exam, but when you go for interview, please do not carry these kind of pen. It's not a good impression. Okay, so the one which you see on top is what is preferred. Clear? So that's about your appearance. Now coming to your body language. Whenever you are speaking to someone, your hand movement should not exceed or should not go above your shoulder or your eye level. So if I want to gesture something, my hand level cannot go above my eye level or the shoulder. At the same time, it cannot go below my waist. So if I'm using my hand to explain something, it has to be within this particular space. If you are pointing out at something, please do not use your index finger to point at something. Use your entire hand and the open side of the palm. For example, if you have to call someone, or for example, if you want to point out at something in your resume, so say, sir, that is my resume. So don't say that is my resume. Never use the finger to point out something. All right. Next, your appearance. Again, I'm going to switch between your body language and appearance. When it comes to body language, right now I'm sitting on a chair, but I am sitting in a very professional posture. If I have to sit in a casual posture, I will sit like this. This is not allowed in an interview. I cannot rest my back and push myself front to make myself look like in a very relaxed position. That is not allowed. At the same time, I should not be sitting way ahead on the edge of the chair. So I have the chair. If I come too forward and if I sit like this, this is also not a good sign. It's a sign of nervousness. So I should sit very comfortably. My back should rest on the backrest. I can keep my hand on the armrest. If I have an armrest, it's perfectly fine. But I should keep on using my hand to express something. If I sit like I'm in an army interview and I cannot use my hand, it does not really look good. It looks little handicapped, right? So please do not sit like this where you are not moving yourself at all. That is again is not appreciated. It's not a good posture. So use your hand, look little relaxed, but at the same time confident, but don't look casual. There is a difference between looking relaxed and looking casual. If I am talking to you in a very casual way, I will talk to you like this. But right now I am relaxed. But if I am not relaxed, if I am rigid, I will be like this. So don't be rigid like this. Don't be casual like this, but look relaxed and confident like this. Your shoulder should be straight and it should face the person. Now coming to eye contact. Always maintain an eye contact with the interviewer. If there are more than one interviewer, look at both of them simultaneously, in the sense a little bit here and a little bit there. For example, if one person is asking a question, start looking at the person when you are answering, then move to the other person as well. Because the question is from one person, but the answer is for both the members of the interviewer panel. Your eye contact is extremely important. It's a sign of confidence. All right. While you're thinking about an answer, for example, if they ask you, if you are the CEO of a company, what are the first 3 rules that you will implement in the organization. You want to gather your thoughts, you want to think what to answer. It's okay to look up a little bit, but don't keep looking up and keep answering. If you keep looking up and answering, that means you're not really sure of your answer and you're not confident. Do not look too much left and right, do not look too much on down, because that's again a sign of low in confidence. All right. And coming to the hands, please do not crack your knuckles. A lot of people, they keep cracking knuckles while they are talking. Otherwise, if they have I do not have a pen, let me gather a pen. Okay. All right. So you have a pen in your pocket, you pick the pen and you keep playing with the pen like this, or for example, you keep taking the cap off and you keep putting back, or you keep playing with the lid or the clip of the pen. Your hand should be absolutely free. You should not have anything in your hand while you're talking. Your phone should be in silent mode. Please remove it from vibrate mode as well, because sometimes even in your bag, when the phone vibrates, it creates a noise and it's a distraction. So please ensure your phone is in absolute silent mode. It doesn't make any noise. I would really recommend you to turn off your phone, or rather put it on flight mode, so that it doesn't really create any kind of distraction. All right. Now all these are important aspects because it creates the first impression of you when you walk into the interviewer's room. On an average, it takes 8 to 9 seconds to create a good impression when you meet a person for the first time, and your appearance is the first point of your impression. The second one is your body language, and the third one is how you speak. That's why in terms of body language, I always recommend when you walk into the interviewer's room, please go ahead and shake hand with the person. It's a sign of confidence. Please seek permission to sit, but before you sit, wish them good morning, good afternoon sir, good morning ma'am, good afternoon sir, how are you doing? How's the interview going on? I hope you're doing well, and shake hand with them. It's a sign of confidence. All right. Now moving on to the actual interview in terms of the questions. Your questions will come in 4 different areas, and these are D1, D2, D3 and D4. What do we mean by D1? D1 is basically about yourself, D2 is about D1, D3 is impromptu questions, these are unrelated questions, and D4 means shuffle between D1, D2 and D3. D here stands for domain. Now let me give you an example. D1, I said about yourself. Here they will typically ask you a question, tell me more about yourself, and you will speak specific to yourself. What information will you give? I am going to tell you that soon. D2 is whatever answer you gave in D1, they will pick a question from that. Say for example, in D1 when you were speaking about yourself, for example, I say that I did my schooling in West Bengal, then I moved out of West Bengal and I moved to Bangalore, then I moved to Hyderabad. So D1 question is about myself where I gave this information. D2 is about something in D1. For example, they can ask, so how is the education system in West Bengal different from rest of the country? So here my answer of D1 becomes a question which is D2. D3 is completely unrelated. For example, they may ask, if you are the Prime Minister, what are the 3 things will you do? If you win $1 million, what will you do with the money? What are your long-term plans in your life 10 years, 15 years down the line? How will you solve the problem of corruption? How will you solve the problem of lack of education? How will you change the education system? Now these questions are completely unrelated. Now why do they ask these kind of questions? I'll tell you that as well. Now D4 is where they are shuffling between D1 to D2 to D3 in quick period to see are you able to shift your focus. While you're answering D3, they will suddenly ask a question, I'm sorry, you said you studied in West Bengal, right? So how is the weather in West Bengal? Now the question is from D1, but it's also a D2. Now D4 means I keep shuffling. D1 is a question about yourself. The interviewers ask to make you feel relaxed to make you feel little confident, because they know you will come prepared with the D1 answer. Every candidate who goes for an interview is absolutely prepared, rehearsed, scripted, memorized also in some cases. They memorize the answer, what they're going to answer in D1. My name is, I have done my graduation, my father name is, my mother name is, my brother, my sister, my teacher, my hometown, my strength, my weakness. All this lot of people memorize for an interview. That's why some of the smart interviewers, they don't ask D1 question. They straight away go to D3. They ask an unrelated question to see if the person is prepared or not. That's why you should ensure that you're actually prepared for the interview. That shows your confidence. But nonetheless, D1 question is meant to make the candidate feel comfortable, because I'm asking a question you are very familiar with. You are aware of it. D2 is to see the consistency level in D1. Say for example, in D1 you say my strengths are my leadership skills. Now D2 I ask a question, so please explain what kind of leadership skills will help in a team of just 3 members. Now I want to know, did you lie about leadership skills or are you speaking the truth? I want to validate the answer that you gave in D1. That's why D2 question is used to expand on the D1 answer. D3 is asked to see your general knowledge, your general awareness, and D4 the shuffling happens to see your confidence level and your focus, and more importantly your consistency of answer. Say for example, D1 you answered something, but after 10 minutes the same answer you give it differently. Alright. So one thing that you need to remember in an interview, please never lie in an interview. If you speak lie, you will be caught immediately and it will create a very negative impression. And next, it's absolutely fine to say no to something in an interview. For example, the companies usually ask, would you be okay to sign a bond for 2 years? Freshers, 99% of them say yes sir, no problem sir, yes sir, yes sir. They keep nodding their head, yes sir, I'll sign the bond, I'll sign the bond. Because they think if they say no, they will not get the job. The fact is, they ask this question maybe because in reality there is a bond, or it may not be there, but they just want to see the loyalty levels of the person, the stability of the person. I remember an interview where a candidate said no for a bond and he got placed. This is last year, and it was for Tech Mahindra or Capgemini, I don't really remember. So the question was asked, you would need to sign a bond for 1 year, and he said, I'm sorry, I'm not comfortable signing a bond. The question was why? So he said, I will join a team. What if things do not go well with the team? What if I cannot work with the team? What if my supervisor and I have issues, interpersonal issues? They said, then you can always complain to HR. And he said, no, if I complain to HR, obviously it will be a problem for me for my career, because my supervisor is a person who is my team leader and I cannot complain about my supervisor. In the future I will face a problem. So if I sign a bond, I have to be there and accept all this. That's why I don't want to sign a bond. Now the interviewers found this person really confident, and they found him absolutely clear in his mind what he wants, and they said absolutely fine, and he got the job. So be very sure what you want, be very clear in your mind. It's absolutely fine to say no to something. If everybody gives a common answer, then you will not have your own identity, right? Now moving on to top 10 questions that they ask and the usual format how you should answer these questions. Here is the first one. They will ask with start with tell me more about yourself, which is more or less the self introduction. So you need to state what your name is, where are you from, your education background in reverse order, and family background in brief. For example, my name is Ravi, I live in Hyderabad and I've completed or I'm pursuing my BSc in mathematics from KL University, and I live with my family, and we are a family of 4 members. I have a sister who is currently pursuing her graduation right now. Very simple and short. You don't have to tell where does your father work. You don't have to give information where does your mother work. If they are interested, they will ask, otherwise they will not. Because the job is for you, not for your parents. So don't give too much information about your family. It's not needed. There are a lot of companies, they don't ask any family information at all. They ask questions only about yourself. All right. So here's the first one, self introduction, about your state your name, which place you are from, your education background and your family background, just in brief. Hobbies, you can state things like I like reading books, playing cricket and watching informative programs. Please do not tell information which is not going to help you. For example, I like watching movie songs. I like watching movies. I watch movies every week. Is it okay to watch movies every week? Yes, it's fine. But does it create an amazing impression? Probably not. So if you say I like watching movie songs in TV, that's my hobby, it's a sign of wastage of time. Rather, you say I like reading informative books, I like reading newspapers, but if you just say but you don't read newspaper, you will be in trouble. So please ensure you are aware of the current news from the newspaper, at least 2 to 3 days newspaper, so that if they ask any current affair news, you are at least aware of it. So you can tell that I like watching informative programs on science, on innovation. These are the kind of information I like to gain in my free time. All right. What are your strengths? Now, strength is an important aspect. You should mention your strength in your resume, but do not mention your weakness in your resume. Your strengths are something which adds value to the organization, which helps the organization. If I say my strength is I can eat 10 plates of idli every day, that does not help the organization. So I should not be talking about it. That's why the strength should be something which can directly impact the organization in a positive way. So what are some of the examples? For example, I say my strengths are I'm a hardworking person, I'm dedicated, my integrity and honesty is my strength, my adaptability is my strength, and I believe in teamwork. So all these aspects helps the organization. Hardworking means a person who is ambitious. Dedication means the person is loyal. Integrity means the person is very honest. Adaptability means the person is very flexible. Teamwork means a person is an absolute team player, not egoistic but believes in growth for all. That is what strengths are. But weaknesses are something which does not harm the organization, but in some way it is a strength. For example, if I say my weakness is I'm scared of dogs, that's not a weakness. Your weakness should be something which is actually a strength, but you should also state that this is my weakness, but I am working on it because I know that it's important to convert the weakness into strength. If you leave a weakness as it is, but you do not have an action plan, it does not create a great impression. All right. Say for example, I feel nervous when I have to interact with a group of people. That is because I have studied in a small town and I usually interact with my friends, my professors, my teachers. I haven't got an opportunity to move out of this town and interact with new people. So whenever I see new people, I feel little nervous, little shy, which means it's not really a weakness, it's just that you haven't got enough opportunity to meet people from outside places. For example, straightforward attitude. My attitude is very straightforward, so that's my weakness. Why is it a weakness? Because whatever I feel, I say it. I cannot lie to people. That means it's a strength, and the strength is you are very transparent. All right. For example, weakness is trusting others. Trusting others means you believe in the trust factor between people. You don't doubt anyone. Another example is stubborn and laziness. Now this is also can be shown as a strength. Stubborn means, give me an example. Why do you think you are stubborn and that's a weakness? Sir, whenever I decide to do something, nobody can change my mind. If somebody has given me a task, I definitely do it, but sometimes I face problem. Give me an example. I was supposed to work on a project, and I was supposed to attend my cousin's birthday party, and just because I wanted to ensure that I finished the project, I missed the birthday party and my cousin was very angry. Now it's a strength. It means you are dedicated to the task that has been given to you. Now how is laziness a strength? If I am smart, I will say, yeah, I am lazy about doing things which I don't like. That means I cannot be forced to do something which I don't like. If I really enjoy doing it, I give my 100%. Alright, that's what it means. Then next question, why do you want to work for this organization? Here you need to speak about the strengths of the organization. Please do a lot of homework about Infosys, about the company, when it started, who's the CEO, who's the CFO, how many places they are at, what are their products, how many countries they are based out of, what is the new innovation they did. It's absolutely imperative that you need to know about the organization. Now here you should speak about what the organization means to you and how will the organization help you build your career. Please make a note of these 2 points. For example, you say, sir, Infosys is one of the topmost company in the world. It's one of the biggest company and the greatest company India ever had. Working with Infosys will be the appropriate and the most suitable platform for me to start my career. So that is how you talk about the organization and how it's going to help you. Next question they will ask is, okay, why do you want to work in Infosys and why should we hire you? When they ask about why do you want to work with organization, you should talk about the strength of the organization, and when they ask why should we hire you, you need to speak about your strength. Remember, speak about your strength and build on what you answered on question number 3. So this is 3. Say that, sir, I am hardworking. I believe in hard work. I believe in putting my 100%. I know it's not easy to be 100% from day one. Learning is very, very essential and important. I believe in a learning curve where I'm not only adding value to my skills, but also adding value to the organization. That's why you should hire me. For example, integrity. I believe in honesty. I believe in transparency. By making me as a part of the organization, I ensure and I assure you my integrity, my hard work, my dedication will help the team, whichever team I am aligned with. So remember, when they ask why do you want to join the organization, speak about the strengths of the company. When they ask why should we hire you, speak about your personal strengths and how it's going to help the organization. Tell me more about this company. This question can come. So please go through the website of the company, speak about the values the company stands for, their products and innovations, how they have helped people build their career, their CSR contribution. CSR is corporate social responsibility. For example, there is a company called SAPNET in Hyderabad. They have built a school. A company like Wipro, company like Infosys, they have donated a lot of money for education, for healthcare. So speak about these aspects. Say that when a company like Infosys provides education to poor children from the rural part of the country, it's very inspiring. It inspires me to do something for the society as well. These are the qualities which I really like about this organization, and that's why I want to be associated with it. So it's very important that you need to know about the organization and you should also know additional information about them. Why are you aspiring for this job? Why do you want to apply for this job? So explain your career goal, explain your zeal to build skills, talk about your short-term and long-term goals, explain how this job will help you achieve your goals. Here they are asking specifically about your goals. Your short-term goal can be for next 4 to 5 years. Your long-term goal can be 8 to 10 years. Please speak about these goals in accordance and sync with the organization. Say, sir, being a graduate, I want to stand on my own feet, I want to support my family, but at the same time, I want to add more knowledge and more skills to my competency levels. That's why I want to get associated with an organization which provides me a platform to make myself a better person for myself, for my family, as well as the society. So your short term and long term goal. For example, your long term goal, you want to be a very good developer. You want to be the best coder. How the organization is going to help you and what are your efforts from your side. You need to speak about these aspects in terms of short term and long term goal. Alright. What are your salary expectations? Please do not quote any number. Alright. Never quote an amount. Speak about your focus on your career and state the reason why you would accept the company's policy with regards to the salary package designed for freshers like you. So when you have a question like this, don't say 15,000, 18,000, I'm fine. Absolutely no. You are a raw material for the organization. You do not really have a value. The day you join the organization, you cannot start working. You need to be made into a product, and to do that the company needs to spend time, money, investment on you to train you. So you cannot demand money. So your answer should be, sir, being a fresher, I don't think I can demand any kind of amount in terms of salary. I'm very sure the policy of the organization makes it clear that freshers like me, we should be paid in certain slabs, a certain threshold or benchmark. So I'm absolutely fine accepting that level of salary, because being a fresher, my focus is on learning and building my career, because once I gain experience, then I will be able to value myself in terms of monthly salary. So keep it very diplomatic. Now last question which I am covering here, they may ask about your career goals. I spoke about short term and long term goal. So short term, speak about what you want to achieve in next 2 to 3 years. Long term, speak about your desire to become an expert and contribute. Say for example, I want to become an Android expert. I want to become a mainframe expert. I want to build my own application. I want to build an application which can help children learn without going to school. So these are the kind of information that you need to put forward. Remember, your interview is a platform where you are selling yourself, you are marketing yourself. When I say sell yourself, means you are marketing yourself. Your interviewer should be impressed with you and they should feel that this is the right person whom I should hire. And if you are sitting in the interviewer's room, that means you are good, because you have already cleared the first hurdle or obstacle of the written assessment. So written assessment, please be very sure what kind of questions that will be asked. I want to show you for one last time. So these are the dates, 18th and 19th KLU, 20th and 21st Aditya College Kakinada. But please do speak to your placement officers, your APSSDC coordinators about more details and timings. Please don't be late. BSc and BCA students with mathematics specialization, minimum marks is 60% across your academic background, which is SSC, 10th, 12th, intermediate and pursuing graduation. Please do carry your updated resume. Please do not fold the document, keep it clean, original ID card, latest passport size, color passport size photograph and all your scores and details. Your written test will have reasoning and verbal, 30 questions in reasoning, 40 minutes, 40 questions in verbal, 35 minutes. Once you clear that, you will go to HR and technical round. Alright. I hope this 4-day session was helpful. I know the time was not enough, but there are a lot of videos you will find on MANATV, the Amravati channel that you have on YouTube. I have done a lot of trainings. Search with interview essentials, body language. You will find lots of videos which I had been doing since last 1.5 years. All those videos will be very helpful. I hope you work hard and I wish you all the best and I really wish all of you get placed in some of the big companies in the country. All right, all the best again. God bless. Thank you so much. I will wait to hear the good news. Please post your message on the YouTube channel. You have a message in the bottom. You can post your message. I would love to hear how many of you get placed. All right, have a great day ahead. All the best for your placement. Goodbye.